Alright guys, use this video to fill out your equivalent ratio notes. If you need to pause this at any time to catch up with the notes, go ahead and do that. We're going to be talking about equivalent ratios today. Equivalent ratios are a set of two ratios that have the same value. So they have the same worth. They're worth the same amount. They might have different numbers, but in the end, they are worth the same amount. To find equivalent ratios, you're going to multiply or divide both quantities, so both sides of the ratios. So you're going to multiply or divide both sides of the ratio by the same number. So what that means is, jumping down here to the examples just to show you, if this says multiply by 4, I'm going to multiply both the 2 and the 3 by 4. Or if it said divide, I'm going to divide both the 2 and the 3 by 4. So that's how you find the equivalent ratio of something. So if you're trying to find the equivalent ratio of 2 to 3, so I have 2 of something to 3 of another something. I want to find its equivalent ratio. I'm going to multiply it by 4. That's what it's telling me to do. So I go ahead and I take 2 and I do 2 times 4. And 2 times 4 is 8. And then I do 3 and I do 3 times 4. And I wrote your answer there instead of 4. 3 times 4. And I get 12. And you do the same thing to get the next equivalent ratio. I do 8 times 4. And I get 32. And I do 12 times 4. And I get 48. So 3 to 2, 8 to 12, 32 to 48, they're all equivalent ratios. They're all the same. So if I go ahead and I divide 32 by 48, I'm going to get 2/3. If I take 8 and I divide it by 12, again, I'm going to get 2/3. And look, up here, 2/3, 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 3. They're all the same. And that goes for the same thing with division. So this one says divide my ratio by 2. So I'm going to take 40 and I'm going to divide it by 2. 40 divided by 2 is 20. And then I'm going to take 50 and I'm going to divide it by 2. And 50 divided by 2 is 25. Now, I can go ahead and divide again, but I'm going to get 10, and then I'm going to get a decimal point. And we can't have decimal points in ratios. So, go ahead and cross this out. And to check it again, we'll take our larger one, 40 divided by 50. If I take 40 divided by 50, I'm going to get 20 out of 25.